सहूलत वॉलेट। जीतो 50 लाख। क्या आप 50 लाख के लकी ड्रॉ में शामिल होना चाहते हैं? तो अभी गोल्ड बुक कराएं। अपना गोल्ड या ज्वेलरी ARY को सेल करें। अपनी करीबी ARY चेस आउटलेट से शॉपिंग करें या ARY सहूलत से मोबाइल फोन, हेल्थ प्लान, गोल्ड खरीद कर शामिल हो जाएं। ग्रैंड 50 लाख के लकी ड्रॉ में। मजीद मालूमात के लिए कॉल या व्हाट्सएप करें 021-111-00162। Powered by AM सहूलत वॉलेट। STEM isn't the future, it's now. At Pakistan STEM School, students don't just study science, they do science. With real-world labs, this is where Pakistan's future scientists and innovators are made. Passionate about robotics and AI, this is your moment. Register now.
An initiative by ARY B Global.
A project of
Kickoff Saturday with two teams who need to win. MI New York and the LA Lakers have had two below-par seasons, and they're still in the hunt.
Let's go look at the two starting lines. Two changes for Riders on tails, who's had a very quiet tournament. Their state the last few games comes back in.
The fact that they both still have a chance of making that top four means that there is a lot to play for. Apart from individual performances and goals that they may have.
Here we go, match 27. Driven away confidently for Patel to get off the mark with a brace. We'll pick up a couple. A little bit fortunate, but good positivity from Monik Patel. Gets the first boundary. Leading edge. Should be the first wicket, and is.
And he just wanted to put some pressure back on the bowlers. Tried at the last delivery. The cop goes without scoring. It's 15 for 1.
Nicholas Poran comes to the crease. 29-year-old captain of MI New York. Beautiful stroke. Soars into the distance and soars a long, long way over the rope. Whipped into the leg side. Is it a chance? Oh, yes. Great catch.
Flicked in the air by Monik Patel. Just hung in the air for such a long time. And Patel, he departs for 13. MI New York have lost their second wicket for 26.
130 runs this season. 95 of them came as memorable a knock.
Choosing to see if they can make something happen. Oh, a little juggle.
Natalie, I don't think so. He's well within the boundary lines. Tosses it up just to be sure, as the Irish say. So another one falls inside this power play. Unfortunately, that's been trending at this venue.
Now Bracewell in. Edge isn't dropped. In between keeper and slip.
tickle on the way through, and Narayan remarkably just his third wicket in MLC. It's a big one.
Counts massively. Good healthy one. A little fumble. Very dangerous. Nicholas Poran out for 30.
New York want as a big innings from Karen Pollard. We'll skip down the ground. Results in a single.
Top and the lick out. They're good at that, these two.
Is this a chance? Oh, yes, it is. Racer can't believe he's hit it that well. It travels all the way to elated.
Does hop under the surface a little bit as well. Fats it, as Danny Morrison would say, but not well enough, and that's a tidy catch and a neat piece of work at an important time.
Brings George Linda to the crease, who immediately gets off the mark.
And he's going to show it to us some more. Wonderful strike. Shouts of catch it, nobody will. Oh, bottom of the bat, right at the bottom. Simple enough catch for the Spaceman.
Yeah, not ideal for MI New York to lose wickets with just a couple of overs left. Yeah, through the shot, toe end of it. And Linda departs for 13. It's 121 for 6.
We'll try and strike a blow or two. Bang! And away it goes. Because that's what can happen. 2 and 2. And it's 50 up to Karen Pollard.
Can you believe it's his 64th 50 in T20 cricket?
Fielder takes the catch. It's straight to him.
They're around the wicket and bowling to the wide line from Scott Bake. Well-made 50, just off 36 deliveries, 133 for 7.
Nostish Njige. Exaggerated in how high it was. Yes, it was a wide, but it's bowling. Beautiful Yorker right into middle stump. And the Bolt sojourn comes to an end. We'll try and ramp it. Oop, run out. Bullseye.
Yeah, they've done well with the riders.
143 is what the Los Angeles Knight Riders need to get here if they are to win.
STEM isn't the future, it's now. At Pakistan STEM School, students don't just study science, they do science. With real-world labs, AI-powered learning and purpose-built campuses in Karachi, this is where Pakistan's future scientists and innovators are made. Passionate about robotics and AI, this is your moment. Register now.
An initiative by ARY Global.
A project of
ये ना अम्मी चाय जीती रहो बेटे। वो हमारे उम्रे के टिकट्स का क्या हुआ? उसकी तो आप फिक्र ना करें। ये देखें, मैंने ऑनलाइन बुकिंग करवा ली है। अरे भाई, इस महीने की चौथी छुट्टी हो चुकी है और वो क्या पढ़ाती है इस बात का हमें कोई इल्म नहीं।
जब सब कुछ ऑनलाइन करती हो तो ज़हरा को कुरान की तालीम ऑनलाइन क्यों नहीं दिला सकती?
अरे हाँ, क्यों नहीं, QTV ट्यूटर है ना।
अब घर बैठे अपने बच्चों को दिलाएं कुरान करीम की तालीम QTV ट्यूटर के जरिए, जहां क्वालिफाइड कुरान ट्यूटर्स ऑनलाइन लाइव कुरान की तालीम दे रहे हैं। आप हासिल कर सकते हैं अपने बच्चों की डेली प्रोग्रेस रिपोर्ट, लाइव क्लासेस की रिकॉर्डिंग्स, फ्लेक्सिबल स्केड्यूल्स, 24/7 कस्टमर सपोर्ट और बहुत कुछ। मजीद तफसीलात के लिए विजिट करें हमारी वेबसाइट www.qtvtutor.com।
Previous game, there was a wicket with the first ball. This time it's negotiated, but he is a master in this first over. Oh dear, there's a slip. As he turned, he slipped.
A few risky singles, it's so unnecessary. This was ball watching of it. Such a calamity. Fletcher, he's gone for just 9, and the Knight Riders lose their first one. They're 1 down at 11.
Yep, it's been the story of the season for them, where they haven't been able to get up to good starts. There's another example as well of just pushing in front of your body. Much control of the shot, but he still manages to get it fine enough for a boundary.
He does. He took the risk. Chand.
Slashed away. It feels slow enough, but it will get there.
He's got one. Got a hold of that, and away it goes, and that will kind of stave off the Wolves from the door.
Chance. Kenjige has his man. When he's pumped up, roars with delight.
And having hit him for 4, a couple of balls before, decides he's going to go at him. But it holds in the surface, and there's just enough turn. Hale's gone for 21. The Knight Riders 68 for 2.
Yeah, the star for the LA Knight Riders in the previous game.
Lovely placement. That's a lovely stroke from Shafane Rutherford.
Yeah, that's a really good shot.
And he's so good at this. He's just effortless and got leg side of the ball and just pumped it over extra cup.
He's done a very good job.
Osh! Yeah, the pressure valve relieved. Chun's third 50 in MLC this season. He has been a revelation for them. Can it be a winning half century? 51 for him. The Knight Riders are 105 for 2.
For aggression. That's a top shot. Waited and waited, and in the end it kind of looked like he knew it was going to be a slow ball. That is powered away. So strong.
Actually been really impressed with John.
Oh, it'll go for 4. There's a fielder back there. And it seemed he just had to take a few strides to his right, but no, too powerful, Rutherford. Oh, is it safe? Is it safe? Yep.
Safe. I mentioned last over.
Catches the shot, and the catch is taken once again. That man with his golden arm. It's a big look at that. because it's Rutherford.
At the start of this competition, both sides not having a great cognizant MLC, not having that confidence, and you mentioned it even just last over, especially now their key player's gone for 29, it's 123 for 3.
And in comes Andre Russell. Righto, 127 for 3. He has 16 runs to get off the final over. And retiring out is Unmuk Chan, 59 from 48. He played it well, actually, to be fair to him. Let's see how you go at playing on this surface, having to make 16 of 6. One is a win if you're the bowler. No, can't get it away. They'll be back for 2. They have to run. Oh my goodness. In the air and just over. Can they keep it from going to the rope? No, it's gone for 4. Still alive, the Knight Riders. No, it's gone dead straight and absolutely nailed it. Essanadale called upon with 16 for the Knight Riders to get. And the 2 West Indians, Russell and Holder, after the retirement of Chondos on 59. And he has nailed it. 9 they managed to get, and they're short. And so, MI New York, who've come second in many that have been close this season, get over the line. They win here over the West Coast by 6 runs.
They've been fair dinkum, pickpocketed here.
MI New York win a close one here by just 6 runs.
New day, new design. Spend ₹34,200 to save gold 80%, worth ₹20,000. Send money USD or more from Gold through speed limit trusted correspondent, United Gulf Exchange, and get 10 milligrams of gold on every transaction. जीतो 50 लाख। क्या आप 50 लाख के लकी ड्रॉ में शामिल होना चाहते हैं? तो अभी गोल्ड बुक कराएं। अपना गोल्ड या ज्वेलरी ARY को सेल करें। अपनी करीबी ARY चेस आउटलेट से शॉपिंग करें या ARY सहूलत बाजार.pk से लैपटॉप, मोबाइल फोन्स, हेल्थ प्लान्स, गोल्ड खरीद कर शामिल हो जाएं। ग्रैंड 50 लाख के लकी ड्रॉ में। मज़ीद मालूमात के लिए कॉल या व्हाट्सएप करें 021-111-00162। Powered by ARY सहूलत वॉलेट।
अम्मी बता रही थी कि तुम अहमद को कुरान सिखाने के हवाले से कुछ परेशान हो।
जी आपी, क्या करें, आजकल अच्छे कारी साहब मिलते ही कहाँ हैं।
तो तुम QTV ट्यूटर के लिए ट्राई करती हो।
QTV ट्यूटर?
हमारे तो दोनों बच्चों ने QTV
कर दी। आज ही अहमद को QTV ट्यूटर में एनरोल करती हूँ।
अब घर बैठे अपने बच्चों को दिलाएं कुरान करीम की तालीम QTV ट्यूटर के जरिए, जहां क्वालिफाइड कुरान ट्यूटर्स ऑनलाइन लाइव कुरान की तालीम दे रहे हैं। आप हासिल कर सकते हैं अपने बच्चों की डेली प्रोग्रेस रिपोर्ट, लाइव क्लासेस की रिकॉर्डिंग्स, फ्लेक्सिबल स्केड्यूल्स, 24/7 कस्टमर सपोर्ट और बहुत कुछ। मजीद तफसीलात के लिए विजिट करें हमारी वेबसाइट www.qtvtutor.com।
सेविंग्स करें गोल्ड में। विजिट आवर आउटलेट्स to shop online. ARY sahulatbazaar.pk. Call 021 111 00162. Powered by ARY Sahulat Wallet. You are watching A Sports, Pakistan's first HD sports channel.
The team won batting first. Sakanda Raza still opting to bowl. It's been the trend here for captain, and he's got his wish.
Before we get going, we see 3 changes for the Orcas. Stephen Taylor, Walker Salam Kale and Gerald Kotsia, who has had to miss out. In comes David Warner, big boost to get him back in at the top of the order.
Have to proceed and have a bigger game than what he did. And, I just think it's right on the line here for both of these two teams.
Interesting move here from Sikandar Raza. We tended to see it be Harmeet Singh who's taking the new ball. And also Warren Fortain, who bowls a lot with the new ball. Nicely played. Gets it into the leg side, 1 bounce and 4. Poor delivery. Dragged down, helped round the corner. Second boundary of the over.
Whistles. A good over. Very good start. Dispatched for a boundary. 12 off the first.
This one goes down the ground. Good shot from Faf du Plessis. Greets the new bowler, Harmeet Singh.
Well, it seems the brief for the batters on TSK is to go after it, and that is special for Sean Headwater.
Bang down, near surface, but Smith Patel says, I'm having a major piece of you, Jesse Singh. It had to be this guy. Smith Patel's out for 18, it's 42 for 1.
Job to do here with his captain. Oh, there was a late call of no, a very late call of no, and he could not get back.
It had to be a direct hit. He said yes or no, and then stranded, and Raza does it. Mukamala goes for 1.
Shubham Ranjani walks to the crease now, joining Faf du Plessis.
In the slot. And if you err too far, easy pickings with Faf du Plessis. Loves it there. Oh, off the bottom. Just enough on it. Oopsie, missed it. Banged away. Short enough for him to just plant into the onside. Bang! And yes! Another that's gone the distance.
Faf du Plessis has absolutely creamed this. This is wonderful hitting from Faf du Plessis, flatter. Right now, Faf du Plessis is finding an able partner in Shubham Ranjani. This time around finds the gap, not being able to clear the boundary, but finding the gap. And now the over correction from the bowler going into the surface, leg side it is.
Correction, Noob Ahmed. Well fielded, Jasdeep Singh. A 50, it will be a 50. A second MLC 50. Again in Super King yellow. He has found a new home this season, Sean Johnny. It's worked out well for him. That is style. Bit of flair and very successful. All the pace being taken off the ball has not been easy for these two to hit. Had trouble with the elbow.
It's that awkward height, isn't it? And you're in a difficult position and wrists get bent.
Lucy on 91, about to break a record. First batter to 300s in the MLC. Doesn't care, wants as many runs as possible and allows Donovan Ferreira to go in, who's hit 13 sixes. Good change and excellent execution from Canada in this final over.
Slow delivery this time. Ferreira goes for 3.
And again goes to a straight Yorker. Would say he misses, but will be happy with the result. 2 runs and no boundaries in the last 15 deliveries, so the Orcas will be pleased. 188, Texas Super Kings get to.
So many different opening partnerships. I think this is opening partnership number 5 now. This is going to be David Warner walking out alongside Kyle Mayers. A change to the initial order where we thought that Shaihan Jahangir, who's opened the last... One of the changes to the Texas Super Kings team. Zia Ulhak will take the new ball. Starts with a wide.
And that'll go for 4. Off the bottom of the bat and away it.
Slashed away and slashed away for 4. Mayers goes on the charge and gets the impetus into the stroke to get the reward of the boundary.
Straight through, Adam Milne brushes straight by David Warner, and Warner's return to the 11 doesn't mean return to runs.
And is able to find the gap between bat and pad. David Warner swiping across the line. Warner, he departs for 9. The Orcas are 29 for 1. Here, the swapping of roles.
Fielder, yes, in the end. Down on the ground, but he holds on to it.
Quick off the boundary, and then realize, oh, I've got to go on the brakes, and then slides. Jahangir goes for a duck. It's 29 for 2.
Need a hero do the Orcas, and Aaron Jones has played some rescue missions. Well, Mayer says you can go to review, try to review this. This is 6. Well picked up and well placed away. 4 more for Kyle Mayers. Oh, that's brilliant. Just picked up off the legs in one bounce. Oh. Mayers wants to go big, and he hasn't quite got all of it. Another man ends up on the ground, but Calvin Savage again holds on. And the Super Kings all over the Orcas.
Arm ball out the front of the hand, so it keeps leaving the left-hander. So he doesn't quite get it out of the middle of the bat. It goes more aerial than it goes Gomez, he goes for 35. Seattle Orcas now 52 for 3.
From Hetmeyer, been brilliant. Look at that strike rate, 215.
Much better. That's cleared the fence. Top edge. Gone. There's another one.
Just wait around. From here on in, that required run rate just keeps going up. You have one quiet over, and it's going to balloon.
On at Clarkson. He too hasn't had the returns. Very clean and straight. And Forzies. Oh, it was a mishit, but has he got enough of it? It's going all the way. Oh, just. Edge. I'll take that. And that'll race away for 4. So a big over.
I'm happy to be here.
Well, excited are the Super Kings as well, because wickets are falling in bunches. We'll send it back upstairs.
It has just not been Heinrich Klaassen's season. Really good piece of keeping this. Smith Patel does well. Klaassen's gone for 3. It's 91 for 5. Workers are left in a very, very difficult position. Takes him on, man at long on, takes a great catch. Oh, superb. Donovan Ferreira has maybe just closed out this contest.
Trouble when you run rate requires a 14. That is absolutely brilliant. Brought to a close, Hetmeyer, 26.
Harmeet Singh comes in at number 8. Nicely picked up down the ground, goes all the way. This goes a long way into the night sky. Raza likes it, thinks he's got enough.
Tock, gone, up and away to the night sky.
Another attempt at a big hit, but long off comes in and should hold on. Who else would it be? It's Donovan Ferreira again.
3 for 181. Super Kings. The Orcas 3 for 52.
Harmeet Singh falls for a valiant 15 off 6. It's 119 for 7. Destined to likely come up short here unless Raza can find something.
Should be out. Gloves on, gone.
Yeah, he's got skiddy pace and it skids onto Raza here. Too quick for him. Trying to pull it onto that onside. He's been trying to whack it off to the fence. Much bluster on his side. The Orcas now 136 for 8.
Gannon is out in the centre now. Ah, not for long. Sitting on a hat-trick now.
Yep. Fast arm action and is right in at middle. Gannon's come and gone for a duck.
Hunting it. Not to be. A hell of a first ball. And Ferreira helps out Milne, who's got a 5-for. He's shot tonight.
Adam Milne, 5 for 23. And a win for the Texas Super Kings. It's a huge win. A win by 51 runs.
They will be hoping they get a win and qualify for the top 2. This is what's happened so far. We've had 10 overs of play, 112 for 1. Los Angeles Knight Riders, after losing the toss, being asked to bat first. And 6 different bowling options used for the Unicorns. Ben Lister in for his first game and seeded 29 in 1 over. Thanks to Alex Hale's score, couple of overs, expensive but wicket, the only wicket. Just to let you know, we have 1 over shorter in terms of the innings. We are 19 overs. So it's a 19 over encounter, and Matt Short is going to have to think. You expect with the Knight Riders still having a Robman Powell and Jason Holder in the dugout and a Saif Badar, there's power to come, so they too could potentially be on the bit of the attack. Alex Hale's highest score for the season, first MLC 50.
Yeah, this is the Alex Hales that a lot of us that have followed his career are used to, and also the LA Knight Riders when they bought him. They expected him to dominate. He's got long levers, he clears the boundary with ease, and tonight he found it very easy going. Actually got a chance to pass Kyron Pollard's amount of runs, going second to the all-time of Chris Henry Gale. 15,562. I wonder if that will ever get chased down.
Spiceman, 100 already this season. And so important from a Knight Riders perspective as well that Hales is in the runs. He's got cricket coming up for them in the Caribbean month or so. And Matt Short, the captain, will continue. His first over went for 7. Rutherford took him on. He'll continue to challenge him. First ball after the break. Fletcher on a mission.
After a long break as well. Stand and deliver. No mucking around now. Just 9 overs left for the LA Knight Riders, so you can't afford to give yourself a couple of deliveries to have a look. Might as well keep going.
Every time the ball goes around the field now, moisture. So that will be something for both teams now to have to contend with. You'll see the rides out.
I wonder what the conversation would have been with the LA Knight Riders, given the situation, the platform that they've set department, and they have certainly struggled. Projected scores putting them over 200. That's a well above par. Now we haven't necessarily seen here in Lauderhill. 188 is the highest score we've seen. Projected scores, if they continue on their merry way, 214. No doubt they'll want to just increase as they get into the latter part of their innings.
Extra fielder now on the offside for Fletcher, left of your screen. So 3 in the circle offside. Short coming from around the wicket. Yeah, they'll know that they've got to go hard, 9 wickets in hand. We also know this Knight Riders team capable of a few retirements. So both batters will want to get a move on and keep pushing.
A little bit lower. Surprised. I wonder, with a little bit more moisture on the outfield and the ball potentially picking that up, whether it'll just skid through a little bit. Surprise, Fletcher.
Again, placement. Strategic placement from Rutherford, who is going 1, 2, 3 for 1.
This has been a good finish to this over that has taken almost an hour to bowl. 11 runs. Most important thing, two boundaries. One at the front end, one at the back end.
And Brody Koch has been a bright spot for them this season with his express pace and the way he's bowled in the power play. In the most economical with the new ball. Now has a job to do in the middle phase. You could almost call it the back end of the innings, because the way the approach that we've seen from these two, and I think with just 8 overs left, they're gonna go hard. So maybe he goes to some of his death bowling skills earlier. Yorkers, pace off deliveries. Could be some grip if that ball is moist He's starting with a deep backward square and deep fine leg. So short ball is an option. Also has his long on and long off. There is the short ball, but helped. It is a 45th T20 50 for the Spiceman. He's got 400s as well, one of them coming in this year's MLC.
This is a shot that is very much a trademark shot of his. Flicks it off the hip and it absolutely sails into the night sky. 13 feet, and his team and his head coach very happy.
This is what Dwayne Bravo and the Knight Riders would have envisioned for their openers when they selected Fletcher and Hales at the beginning of the season. Go hard in the power play, get out of the power play, and continue to be aggressive. This hasn't been the consistency that they would have been looking for.
Taking a look at Andre Fletcher, you mentioned, yeah, absolutely buying their services. Played the first 2 games and then sat out the next 3 and then came back strongly with that 100 and then has kind of tapered off again. Age 37, you never know how much longer you're going to get selected in these tournaments, so it's so important that when you get a start and you get the opportunity to open the batting, which pretty much most batters want to do in T20 cricket, you absolutely need to cash in.
He'd been pleased with that 100 for sure, Fletcher, and he's been in and around the West Indies setup maybe 12 months ago, and some questions coming out of the region as to if he can still contribute at this stage of his career. He's showing you that he can with that 100 earlier this season. The big thing for him in the Caribbean at least has been his strike rate and maintaining the tempo outside of the power play. Sometimes it tends to dip when the spinners come on. Now for the left-handed Rutherford, the field, he's got his deep point and deep third on the offside, as well as the deep fine and backward square. This is a plan that bowlers tend to use, going across him and wide.
Really speedy deliveries that Brodie Couch has, that if he can get it right, and especially now with Harris Ralph and his injury, maybe he can take over that role. Already bowled 88 miles an hour a delivery this over. It's got to be at the stumps more often than not.
We'll be happy with the comeback, Coach, after going for a 6 first delivery. 1 through 1 for 1.
Current run rate 10.92. It's partnership 37 off 26. We'll be wanting to LA Knight Riders is that Andre Fletcher, the Spiceman, continues exactly how he started. Both openers going to 50. You don't want to see both of them get out just after the milestone.
Not too many times you don't see a smile on the face of Andre Fletcher. He is smiling now because he's put up a royal fantastic 50. 54 currently of 35 balls. He had 7 fours and a 6-2. Often through his career has been criticised for his strike rate and not going quite quick enough. However, he's been very good here. There's certain tournaments where he does really well with that strike rate. They're doing very nicely for his team. Yes, they don't have a position to play for in the playoffs. This would be an amazing way to end the tournament for them if they can get up good score. That is so well placed, and the fielding is excellent. Karima Gore is such a good fielder.
Oh, it's been a joy, isn't it, from LA, watching these guys cane it about and show their wares. Look at this on the field as well. Oh, you can get paid this week.
So you've enjoyed watching the batting?
You mentioned Spicy. He's been criticised, you're right, over the years with those strike rates. He's fatted this. Oh, clean. Rutherford and Fletcher together.
Worries for the Unicorns. They are still going at such a good rate. Despite the break with the rain, they have kept going. No change for the Unicorns as we see yet another NT26. This time off the bat of Rutherford. Ball was two. No, he's pushed that into a gap. Now, the Unicorns already had an injury issue with Haris Rauf, and unfortunately, a little bit earlier on, there was also a very unfortunate injury to Mario Shepherd. He's not fielding the ball there. He just rolls over his ankle, and he's now gone to the hospital for some scans. He was in pain, had to be stretchered off the field as well. Really gotten hold of it, and certainly not in the direction he would have wanted, but nicely fielded.
Rain delays and then injuries. It's always like that, unfortunate, but can upset your rhythm. Upset Fletcher, has it? He's out there enjoying himself. Spicy. See him back in a groove. Wonderful entertainer. Gets in and gets set and carves it. Over in at 12 already.
Well, these two have now put on 50 runs together, and that's only off 31 deliveries. Even contributions as well, both going at a good rate in this partnership.
LA, where was this earlier? Finally, it seems they've found a gear in the tournament, but they're already out of it as well.
He saw him coming, so he fired it in quick. Oh, that's an awful throw. It's gone completely wrong. He's lucky it's not going to cost him extra runs. It's 146 for one. Lift that over. The runs continue to flow. They're flowing very nicely for the Knight Riders at the moment. It's reduced to a 19-over side game, just losing a couple of overs.
LA Knight Riders 146 for one. We've got one of their batters who's been cornerstone really for the team throughout the season, Unmuk Chan. Unmuk, you've had a good season, averaging close to 40, 350s. How would you personally reflect on your time out in the middle?
Well, personally for me, I think it's been a good season, but obviously, as a team, we have sort of failed to sort of capitalize on some good starts or some close games which we could have finished on the winning side. But that's the nature of the sport. It's such close lines. I think it's about winning those moments, and I think that's where we lagged as a team. And I think it all boils down to how the team sort of does. And obviously would have been happier if we could have been on more of the winning sides. But nonetheless, I think it's good learning for all of us.
Speaking of close games, you were involved in one yesterday.
Yeah.
That was quite a hectic game. Take us through the beginning of your innings to the end of it.
Well, obviously, I feel that we were very much in the game till the 17th over, in fact, and it was all under our control. But then, these games can go away so quickly. without realizing. And I think it was a close one. I think 1 or 2 overs where we could have sort of, capitalized. I think we missed those overs. And such is the nature of this game. Again, you got to make sure that you're always above the asking rate. And sadly, yesterday that could not happen. And really gutted about that, man.
And you obviously were there to the end, and then in the last over, Jason Holder, the captain, replaced you. Obviously, in that moment, you were quite upset. But reflecting on it, how do you view that entire situation?
Well, I think more than the last over, I feel that we lost the game in the last 3-4 overs before that. And again, as per the plans, we sort of were unable to get those boundaries, which would have been handy. And also sort of, I feel there were a lot of dot balls between that period. If we could have sort of just kept going at that time, I think it would have been easier for us, so that, if 17 is not left for the last over, you don't want to leave those many runs at the very last. Obviously, the wicket was slow. But again, I feel, obviously, Sherfin found it a little difficult to sort of carry on, with the bat the way he did in the previous game. And maybe those few boundaries here and there would have made a huge difference. But those dot balls, last 2 overs were a game changer, I feel, for us.
Yeah, another maximum for Andre Fletcher as he's going nicely. Umar, you've been with this team for 3 seasons, and you guys have not made the playoffs. When you reflect on it in hindsight, what do you think you guys are missing to get you over the line?
Well, I feel, this sport is all about winning those moments, and I think on those important moments, and especially if you look at this year also, I think Seattle was one of the games which was a perfect game for us, which we won. But other than that, if we have sort of lagged. Fielding has been I feel that we dropped too many catches in the season, and that really cost us a few games. Obviously, you don't expect that to happen from professional sides, and that has been one of the major reasons why things have not gone away. But also at the same time, I think sometimes it was the batting which was collapsing early on. It was the bowling which was not able to get us the wickets. So it's a bit of everything, I would say, especially for this season. And I think it's all about sort of learning, taking learnings from there and making sure that we don't commit those mistakes in the coming years.
Bats down on the ground now. Bats on the ground before the ball breaks the stumps. We've got the decision to the big screen.
It seems to be no issue. It's been about 5 years since you've been in the USA. How would you put it into words in terms of, has it been a success? What will you be sort of thinking about the most of it?
Well, obviously, I've really enjoyed the last few years in USA. Cricket has definitely gone up to a very good level. MLC started off 3 years back, and now we are at the 3rd year. It's been going. It's one of the best tournaments, if you can say, across the world. People love to play this, and obviously the local pool has also gotten better now. We feel that the difference between the 1st year and the 3rd year, it's gone much better. The locals are performing now for all the teams, which is a very good thing for the tournament. And hopefully we can have, and this year obviously 10 games we have, and hopefully we can sort of build on this in the coming years. USA cricket overall, I think there's a lot of good things happening. And I really look forward to the coming months, coming years. It's definitely going to go a long way.
Thanks so much for your time. And your team going very nicely. End of the 14th over, 158 for 1.
Partnership 64. This is a very healthy partnership between these two, and after a very good opening partnership, just shows you the value of a good start. 94 runs from the open. Regular big overs for the LA Knight Riders. They've made this look so easy from a batting perspective. Andre Fletcher, he's been in good form. Some good use of the feet to get himself in a good position. Now, Brody Couch, 2 overs for 19. Got 5 overs to go.
Well, let's see if he can turn up the heat some more. This fellow gets involved, doesn't he, a bit with Remitley.
He's going to use his pace and use it to his advantage.
Welcome back, Brody. Oh. There's in the slot there, as we all appreciate, as we've seen here at MLC, is at night under lights too. It gets a little bit slicker. Surface clears that front leg and throw in the spice here in Florida.
Leans back, trying to see if he can clear the boundary yet again. Oh, diving forward is Kareem Agor, but I think he lost it possibly in the lights.
Oh, Mr. G. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, looking for 6 again. Quite out of the screws that, but timing as well, and then oh, hardly laid a hand on it. Got it in the forearm. That could have been nasty, and then you could have landed on it and gone, ooh. He's done all right there. That he hasn't actually landed on the ball after. Oh.
Javine Rutherford and Fletcher are putting on a show in Florida. There'll be some fireworks from LA Knight Riders to end their tournament tonight.
Holy moly, I'm looking forward to this next month in the Caribbean. The other big one is, of course, the Caribbean Premier League, and these two will be involved. Licking it to all parts. Yep. T20.
Right, Matt Short, it's been tough for him today. It's a real test of his captaincy for a few reasons. One, the injury to Horace Ralph, the injury to Romario Shepherd as well, but also Bartlett starting off and struggling in his first over. Driving, straight he goes, but no timing at all. This is absolutely clocked that.
Yeah, you sort of get that, don't you? Sort of living dangerously, and everything is flowing for Fletcher and Rutherford here. It's supposed to go nice and straight for 6. Yeah, up against it with a challenge too with a bowler. Run into these two West Indians, and they're just simply in the mood. Entertaining the small crowd. And Alan Wilkins.
Little bottom edge sounded like. It's quite wide of the off stump. So probably the first time they're just trying to get it out of the hitting arc by bowling it a bit wider. Really tried that too much.
Yeah, sort of that strategy you go to, that wide Yorker, and not allow these two to get underneath you. Change your pace, it's a good one though. Slower balls and this tennis ball bounces into the turf that never arrive. 12 off, 1 to go.
Still 12 from that over, despite the 2 dots to end. 170 for 1.
Yeah, tough old gig. Yeah, picking up wickets and getting people out 24 hours earlier, but then all of a sudden they get Andre Fletcher and Alex Hales getting together. Put on almost 100. They put on 94, those two, and then Rutherford's kicked into gear 2.
Overs to go. This partnership is built so nicely. 76 is worth. If it does end, I wonder where they would go to after this. Would they maybe elevate a Rafael Powell, for example? He had one good innings this year. I know it hasn't quite been his season, but just to know where they would go to after this. 4 overs to go. Here's a test of New Zealand fight. Danny Morrison.
You've seen a little bit of Lister over the years wearing a black uniform. So you look at these state projected scores. Man, this is like getting back to Grand Prairie in terms of totals posted. Here's the big fella. This little change up there. Went fuller. Yeah, possesses a couple of good little off-cutters and back of the hand slower ones like this. Does possess these. Needs to be brave here. A few more of these. It's part of the requirement. They put on 76 and 45, Fletcher and Rutherford. Steamroller.
Oh dear, that's gone wrong. There's already been issues with balls over waist height today. That's definitely over waist height. No ball it is. Free hit coming.
Yeah, just talking about Yorkers and Lister trying to get it in the block hole. Oh dear. Yeah, well above the waist, so easy call.
This is his second warning. He got his first one much earlier on in his first spell, and it was given either in his first or second over that he bowled, and now he's got his second warning. So you only get the 2 with over waist high deliveries if they feel it's dangerous. And also, the umpires are not too happy as well with the time taken in between overs by the San Francisco Unicorns.
Yeah, now spare a thought for Matt Short, the captain. He's just going to have to sort things out and find out who else is going to get on himself. And with all the rain around too, getting grip on the ball can be difficult. So, yeah, as the reef is saying, sorry you can't. That was your second over waist high full toss. Time for Matt Short himself. He's bowled a couple. Have to come in and finish this off. Seems like you're going on forever.
Spoke about this being a test of his captaincy. Well, he's down Shafane Rutherford, or I should say he's down Romario Shepherd. He can't bowl, and now can't use Lister either, and it's a free hit, which, well, the Unicorns get away with for now. There'll still be an extra ball in the over. Anything can happen towards the end. So real tough times for the Unicorns now.
And you go at sort of, well, it's sort of like anything's possible. You go at 13 to 15s and you're up around 230. What the LA Knight Riders could achieve. Particularly these two stay in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just trying to go wide, get it out of the arc. So you come around the wicket and try and use that angle as much as he possibly can, which will be the way to go with these two and the way they are going at the moment.
And 9 off already. Now there's more discussions. Reese himself. What has changed? The remote leading wicket takers. Sadly, Harris Ralph with his hamstring issue. No longer able to take his part in the playing 11. So Xavier Bartlett, he can add to his tally. Hasn't so far tonight. Can't wait to get back to Dallas and get a suntan, because a lot of the players are fired up. We've got our final four. Nicky P and the gang have made it just. Buff will be there with the Super Kings, the Freedom and the Unicorns. Cognizant MLC 3.
Change of ball now. Does that change fortunes for the Unicorns? Oh, yeah. Well, not if he's going to bowl there. If you are wondering about the law and why Lister was taken out of the attack, it falls under law 41.7. If a bowler bowls a ball over waist high and the umpires deem it dangerous, you'll get a first warning. Straight he goes. New ball goes straight. That's nicely fielded. Good teamwork as well. So it falls under 41.7. If you bowl one over waist high and they consider it dangerous, you get one warning, and that's your final warning as well. So you do it a second time at the same bowler, and you're taken out of the attack. You cannot.
Coach Shane Watson, well, he was a little animated, wasn't he, at timeout, so think about how he's feeling as well. 15 off this. Fletcher, with those wrists and a bit of whippage. Causing concerns for those in orange.
Andre Fletcher finishes the over in style, and it's worth 21. They are only just short of 200. Highest total at this ground in Cognizant MLC as we take a strategic timeout. Trouble for Matt Short. We're down a couple of bowlers. And runs are flowing far too easily. This partnership, 97.52. Rutherford is just one short of a half century. Fletcher's gone past the half century already. But they had an excellent start due to a wonderful opening partnership, Denny.
In the sun before the rain came, and it hails, and saying this, why didn't they play like this earlier on? What's going on? Particularly Alex Hales, who's had a horror. At least Spiceman's had a couple of scores and a bit of time out here. So these two very gifted right-handers with all their experience and panache, boshing it big. Tall man, Alex Hales, with that extra reach, and that had a hostess on it. Little open blade. Cuts it late. He's got all the shots in the book. Hales. Half century. Gone. And into Hales, it's the only wicket to fall, and then you had Jafane Rutherford out of Guyana come in, and then the rain came and had that delay, and they were having a good time, these two, and then they just carried on their merry way. Slapped it everywhere. A little bit of flickage. Spiceman brought up a half century. And then there's the cabin crew as well. Oh, and some more. A380. Caning it. Oh, please. So that was dropped, this one. Get there, get there. Oh, Mr. Gore. No. Shafane Rutherford. Man, he hits a long one. There's that extra high, waist-high delivery. It got rid of Lister out of the attack, sadly, for the Unicorns. Had to go. There you go.
Yeah, 191 they've got already. Highest score we've had in Cognizant MLC at this ground.
Well, we saw in Oakland, we saw how good the cricket community was there, how much they know. We checked it in Dallas, and since it's the last game here in Lauderhill, we thought let's check the knowledge of the folks down the road. So I'm just going to go down the line. All right, I'm going to have you guys signal. How do you signal a wicket? If someone gets out, what does the umpire signal? What do you do? There you go. He's on. He's on. All right, we're 1 of 1. All right, down here. How do you signal for a review? If you need to take a review, where are we going? All right, that's good. They sent it upstairs. And this one's up in the air and taken in the end, much to the dismay of the crowd out here. We'll send it back upstairs.
Top catch that by Sanjay Krishnamurti. Went a long way up into the air, and we've been talking about depth perception and the fact that it's quite difficult under the lights, so this is a good catch. A full toss. Quite fortunate as the bowler that it doesn't get planted into the stands, but a picture of concentration there and absolutely making sure that he takes it. Yeah, he is somewhat disgusted with himself, and the reason for that is because it was a full toss. He played well for his 49 though. Power as usual from Rutherford. Knight Riders 191 for 2.
Alrighty, well, we're 2 of 2 right now, so I'm going to keep going. All right, how do we signal a 6, fellas? How do we do it? There we go, 3 for 3. Florida's cooking at the moment. All right, down here, 4 runs. If we were to score a boundary, how do we do it? He's got it, 4 runs right there. He phoned him right there, beautiful. All right. Just off in the moment right there in the middle, just a little midfield. We'll come back, final one for you guys here. If we are to send a review upstairs, you saw that, but how do you challenge a decision? How do we challenge? How do we challenge? You had it, you had it. All right, they're there, almost. It's the T that we got to get. 4 of 5, not bad here in Broward County.
Hopefully they're not challenging you up there. Aman, nice job. We like it. We absolutely love having them about. Well invested in the game. Rovman Powell has made his way to the middle. And just to remind everybody, it's 19 overs. Look at the dismissal.
Very good batting, 49 of 28. Just doesn't quite get the contact. Cognizant clutch catch. Yes, please. We'll have some of that. Desperately needed to get Rutherford out. 3 off this over has been something else for the last half a dozen overs that have gone for absolutely plenty. The last 30 balls, Pommy, 65 for the loss of 1 wicket. That's been the nigh on perfect.
Yeah, 188 yesterday, and we thought that was well above par. And perhaps with more sun on this pitch, might have behaved that bit better. Nice shot. And they'll pick up a couple. I do wonder, though, in watching the way that the Unicorns started out, you know, if it is about the pitch or more about them and then trying to catch up in the game and failing to do so.
It was just, for me, it was just really about the game situation, just sliding away from them inside those first 6, as I mentioned. 76 for no loss.
That's nicely nudged. A good over under the circumstances. Just 7 off. Bartlett's done 1 for 44. It's 198 for 2.
Oh, the happy camper. He knows Shane Watson, World Cup wins on everything in his time. Very fine players. All formats. He knows better than anyone that if you let competition slide, you put yourself in absolute perilous situation.
Yep, he didn't like what he saw.
He is saying there stuff that we probably can't repeat on air, but it's about standards. Come on. This is not a joke, fellas. This is coming to the pointy end of the stick. We're going to move venues after tonight. We want to be good. In fact, we want to be the best in the competition. We came second last year because we didn't quite clutch our opportunities. This year, if we want to be the best, we've got to set our standards high, and we've got to be on ball by ball. Every ball is an event. A champion like Watson knows it, and he told his team as much.
And you know what? At no point would you be forgiven for not being on it, right? But perhaps in a situation where shot, oh wow, he's absolutely nailed that. And another one disappears into the night sky off the bat of the Spiceman. 200 comes up to.
Sugar and spice and all things nice. Pop. A little sweetener. Just on a length, just driven deep. NTT Data 6, yes, of course.
And batters love one in the slot, don't they?
It's delicious.
Oh boy. On to 86. Spiceman. Yeah, it might be wide. Short and too high. Yeah, I was just saying, you can't not be on it. In a game, it's a contest. You've got to be out there, ready to compete and wanting to make sure you give no inch away. Especially when there's a whole lot riding on it. So you've had a decent competition. They've lost 2 out of the last 3 they'd played, and this is number 4. They just won the one before. And so what they'd have hoped as a group is that it just moves them back in the right direction. But at the start there, and that's why Watson was going at them, it just looked like they weren't here, like it didn't matter this game.
Another wide, so lots of mistakes coming as well, which is also never a good sign that your attitude, should it be contagious, which is yours worth catching. Something that Steve Ward told me a long time ago in the group. You know, it's just such a simple thing. When you think of the margins of this game, they're so few. 1 run, 2 runs here or there, that can make you either win or lose. You can fall either side of the sword.
Inside edge and away for 4 more. Didn't quite hit the mark and doesn't get the luck.
When you're not quite sharp, it all starts to unravel. It just coils around you. Luck like this doesn't go your way. The contact becomes better. The mistakes just emphasize how important it is that every ball counts. And in his shadows there at the moment, because he knew even back then that this is what may unfold. And typically, when you take your eye off the ball, you know what happens, folks.
Wow! That has gone a long way. What a shot. He's absolutely smoking them tonight.
Well, that's gone out to Christmas, out to December. That is massive. It's so high, but it's also handsome. 12 and a bit runs per over, Pommy. Projections, oh, they are big.
Yep. Nothing wrong with his power and fitness and strength tonight. No retired out gonna happen, I can tell you that. Yeah, a lot of head scratching if you're Matthew Short. Oopsie, that might well be no ball, you know. It's outside the cut stuff. Absolutely everything going wrong. Just think of anything you like, and it's kind of gone against them tonight. Just not quite able to put it together. Yep, that's outside the return crease. Look at that. Miles out there. There you go. No ball. And as I say, yeah, as I say, if you think of anything that could happen on the field, injury, drop a catch here, wides there, go for too many in the power play, look like you're not even here, coach come at you and just trying to catch up with the game and failing. Free hit, tonked away into the night. Then the Spice Man raises his arms aloft because he's got a century. Another one, 102 he goes to, off just 52 balls. And what ball striking here tonight.
One of my favorite islands in the West Indies. Beautiful country of Grenada. 37 years of young age, tocking away for fun. Second 100 in the last 5 innings in the MLC. 5th overall in T20 career. And we have witnessed something very special on a difficult wicket. Thought it was the last ball. We can keep blowing up the tyres of the Spice Man here because this is something to behold. Look at that smile. It's as wide as the fullest moon you've seen. The deeds just coming into his action as well. So it's a lovely moment between the West Indian connections.
He's caught up with that as well. That's a good effort. And don't you worry, he'll stay at the striker's end right up the other side. No, don't come back for 2. I've got this. 2-2-6 for 2. Well, the Los Angeles Knight Riders being dragged here by Andre Fletcher, the Spice Man. 103 from 53 and still out there and over to go. They're playing fly in the ointment and doing it brilliantly. Oh, it's just popped that over again. Easy as you like. Sixer to start the final over. 42 runs off the last 10 balls.
Yeah, it's been a frenzy of runs. Fortunately here for the Unicorns, it's almost at a point where it's just a bleed out. It would take something incredibly special this evening. We all hope, folks, that it's going to be a close one, but at the moment it's just an absolute feeding frenzy for the Spice Man.
He's hit that hard as well. It won't get to the fence. They'll be back for a second. Now look at some of this hitting, Dos.
10 unders and 7 maximums. They're so scared to bowl to him. Saw one off the surface. Thought, I don't want to go anywhere near that. That is just anywhere close. It's just carnage. Have to take it outside the hitting zone. Or it just goes bop up onto the beach. Get a sun brolly on that. A bit of sunscreen into the night. Almost a full moon as well.
This 50 partnership is off 19 balls. The last 30 balls have gone for 88. And the sixes have been that long. It's Fletcher's highest score in his 19 years of T20 cricket. That's straight to the fielder. He'll take just one. Knight Riders' highest ever total in MLC as well. Oh, just a heaping misery on the Unicorns.
What's he writing there, Shane Watson? I've been met? Or was it a case of, I hate to tell you, I told you so? Unbelievable.
Right. So the final Right. So the final delivery illegal, if it is. 243 already, so big a total. Didn't quite get all of that, and the catch will be taken by Jake Fraser McGurk. It's a top catch. Running in and just getting it inches off the turf.
STEM isn't the future, it's now. At Pakistan STEM School, students don't just study science, they do science. With real-world labs, AI-powered learning and purpose-built campuses in Karachi, this is where Pakistan's future scientists and innovators are made. Passionate about robotics and AI, this is your moment. Register now.
An initiative by ARYB Global.
A project of ARY Gold Street exclusive fashion and jewelry. First gold saving fashion outlet. अपनी फैमिली के हमरा विजिट करें. Colors of youth. 200 से ज़ायद latest exclusive designs. और spending पर savings करें gold में. Visit our outlets to shop online. ARYSahunatBazaar.pk. Call 021 111 000 162. Powered by ARY Sahunat Wallet.
Tall task for the Unicorns. It's such a good start to the season. Won their first 6, it was all going their own way, but they're maybe staring down the barrel of only getting to 3rd place on the points table at the end of this group stages. It's the 30th and final match of season 3 of Cognizant MLC. For the group stages, we got the playoffs to come, and they do have the bomb squad at the top. Finn Allen will open up the batting alongside Matt Short. This side has hit more 6s than anyone in the competition, 123 in total this season. They're going to need to be at their 6 hitting best to try and hunt down what is the highest total that we've seen at this ground this season. It's the LA Knight Riders' highest total in their history. It's the 3rd highest in the history of the competition across the 3 seasons. And here's a man who's going to get his first appearance in MLC, Dominic Drakes, left arm seamer. We'll take the new ball from the north end of the ground. Knight Riders, well, they've only won 4 matches in the history of this competition across the 3 seasons. So great opportunity for them to find a 5th win. It won't lift them off the bottom of the table, and at least disappointing season in some style.